Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome one and all to this Brandon Town Council meeting on Monday the 9th of September. Quick housekeeping, you've all heard it before probably, but should in the unlikely event the fire alarm go off, please make your way down the stairs, do not use the lift, and there are fire exits both front and rear. We have to keep the fire door now shut because it's an offence to prop it open. And at some point I'm going to put on the agenda an air conditioning unit for this room.
This will die.
We are being live streamed, so if anybody doesn't want to be in the picture, but the audience, you've got your back to the camera, so it will only be your voices. And before we start, I would like to give a very great big thank you to Brandon in Bloom. Didn't they do well?
Yeah.
Brandon presented with Gold Award and declared Best Overall in the Medium Town category. There were two other awards. The Wedge on Thetford Road received a special award for the best display celebrating 60 years of Britain in Bloom. Brandon in Bloom's Tea Party display at the Friendly Bench on the Berry Road took silver in the 60th anniversary award. Three other areas were nominated for special awards: the Friendly Bench, the King's Garden and the Brandon High Street. So I think I would like to start a big round of applause for Rachel and all of the volunteers and our town keepers who gave support. Item number 1, apologies for absence and reasons approved. Jackie.
We have Councillor Stesky, Councillor Hughes and Councillor Cockenhurst.
Lovely, thank you very much. Item 2, declarations of interest, and I'm sure you will have all signed the register if you think you have to. Item number 3, to receive a report from Squadron Leader Eaton. Over to you, kind sir.
Thank you very much indeed. Good evening, everybody. It's been pretty quiet, to be honest with you, at the base. There's only a couple of things worth briefing you on. You will be aware that there was a protest over the summer by the Lake and Heath Alliance Peace. That was reasonably peaceful, I would like to say, but they have now said that they will be present outside Gate 1, the main gate, every Saturday, the last Saturday of the month, through until April, and then they intend to hold another peace camp in April. Further details of that will become available in due course. The second is that there is a period of extended flying from now until the 20th of September. That's to support a big NATO exercise that's about to take place. And the third is, although it probably won't affect people here, is that the medical group are running an exercise in early October in Feltwell, and there will be some additional noise and aircraft movement to and from Feltwell, so they're expecting Ospreys to land there. And so I don't think it will impact people here, but it might. That's it. Unless anybody's got any questions?
Thank you very much. Any questions from anywhere for the Squadron Leader?
I noticed on here about change of command. You've got here the 48th Fighter Wing Commander is changed to a colonel.
Yes.
From a general.
Yes.
Why is it a general changing to a general?
So the 48th Fighter Wing Commander is double-hatted. So he is the 48th Fighter Wing Commander, and he's also the senior United States military representative in his country.
Well, the colonel or the general?
He's double-hatted, so he has two jobs. He has 3 jobs, he's also a fighter pilot, so he's busy. He is to answer your question directly, he is a Brigadier Select, so he has been selected for promotion, but all US promotions have to be approved by the Senate, and it hasn't yet been approved, so he appears to be. But we are expecting him to be a Brigadier in due course. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other questions?
You have a lot of, sorry to be a nuisance,
Right.
But you have a lot of squadrons in groups, all different numbers, 492.
Yep.
It made me laugh about seeing the 48 dental squadron. Surely those dentists don't fly ever.
No. So there is a hospital on that base, as you may know. That hospital is as big and as capable as most of the major NHS hospitals around here. It's a sizable, really sizable unit. They provide medical and dental care to all the US visiting forces and their families based in the UK. That's why it's so big, it's so capable. So yeah, there is a medical group there. They happen to be based in Lakenheath, but they provide support to all American service people.
But you class it as a squadron.
It's just military terminology.
Okay.
Any more? No?
Thank you very much, Squadron
Thank you
Leader.
very much indeed.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good month until we see you again. Thank you. Agenda item number 4, to receive, confirm and sign the minutes of, and we'll take them, there's 3 of them, we'll take them each one as they come, at the Brandon Town Council meeting of Monday the 8th of July 2024. Do I have a proposer? Thank you, Nicky. Seconder?
Chair.
Councillor Canick just beat you, Jules. Could we take a vote on that, please? It doesn't matter, you can vote. Yeah. Any against? Any abstentions? No, so we'll take it that was a unanimous vote. We will take the extraordinary general meeting of Friday the 24th of July. Do I have a proposer?
I think there's a slight error.
Sorry?
It says here that I didn't get there, but I did.
Yes.
I'm not on there.
All right. We can certainly
I feel
adjust
left
that,
out.
can't we, Jackie?
I feel left out. That's all.
Is that the one you just...
No, it's a different. No, that's another one.
Yeah.
Just that my name's not
Okay.
there. That's
Friday
all.
the 24th of July.
Okay.
Yeah, we will correct that. Sorry about that, Councillor Pinnell.
I'm not too worried about it.
You're not?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I know it's a mistake.
It was
Thank you.
welcome in though, wasn't it?
Right, so we have a proposer,
proposed,
Councillor Mechanic, do we have a seconder? Councillor Bland was just before you, Councillor Gorringe, so a vote on that one please. That's unanimously carried. And last but not least, of the Brandon Town Council Cemetery meeting of Monday the 12th of August. Do I have a proposer? Thank you, Councillor Mechanic. Do I have a seconder? She just beat you. Jules Savage. And could we have a show of hands? Those in favour? Those against? 1. Any abstentions? None. So just 1 against. Thank you. Matter number 5 on the agenda, matters arising for information exchange only for full council meeting of 8th of July 2024 and 12th of August 2024. I have not been advised of anything, and I'm sure anybody would be putting their hand up right now if you had anything. So we will move.
Hang on. Don't be too quick. At the start of July's meeting, there was an item 24, which I asked for it to be put in the public. You refused because it was in confidential. But Councillor Pinnell sort of, later on in the meeting, he said it ought to be in the public domain. And now that particular item of number 24, which is on that particular agenda, you have now deferred it.
Well, no.
Does that
I
mean to
deferred
say
it at that time to be
Yeah.
heard at a future date.
that's what it said in the next meeting? This is the next proper meeting. Has that now, is that Dennis the Dodo, or is that going to be brought up at another time?
Can I speak?
I
Yes,
think it's
yes,
a
Because
very
I raised it as
important-
well.
Yeah,
I think
Councillor
to be
Pinner.
fair to the chair, he didn't say to the next meeting, he said he would defer it. He would take some advice and defer it, if I remember correctly.
Correct, thank you, Councillor Canal. So does that answer your question, Peter?
And when he put it up for a debate, we didn't carry it forward. So until he raises it again within the forum, it's dead in the water, in my opinion.
I think it's very important. I'm not too sure what you're sort of saying.
Well, basically, I deferred it,
Yes,
not to the next meeting, but it is deferred. It is still there, it's not dead as a dodo, and possibly will come back, but it ain't in this meeting. Lovely. Anything else? No?
yes, hold on. Surely there must be some other councillors that's got something to say about the recycling. That we seem to be in a dictator type country at the moment. They're telling us that in April 2026 we're going to have a change in recycling. And not one councillor is sort of saying anything.
The
We
reason
should-
being, Peter, is because it's still out at consultation at West Suffolk District Council. We do not know the shape or form of it yet in its entirety, and it will come back for further discussion around this table. So anything said at this point in time would be just firing blanks in the dark, if you follow me. We need to have the agenda of what they're going to do.
They've already
But-
told us.
No, they haven't told you in entirety, because I know for a fact it has not come yet before West Suffolk District Council. A part of it is next week. But it will be brought back and discussed, but I can assure you the date set there is set by central government. It has nothing to do with district, town or county. And we are in deep consultation with most of the Suffolk East Anglian councils, because refuse collection is a combined effort between them. Yeah, we will have further discussions, but not at this meeting.
It says quite clearly the changes are to commence from the 1st of April 2026.
I know.
And I said, yes, you picked the right day, April Fool's Day.
I love your sense of humour.
And it says quite clearly, the representatives explained that West Suffolk Council will be receiving £1.7 million from the government for bins and vehicles,
Well,
which
there
will
you go.
hopefully cover most of the cost. It's already been decided. The two gentlemen that came, they talked quite a lot, and I think we should have had a proper separate meeting. I don't think that should have been at an ordinary monthly council meeting.
Right, your points have been noted. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And I'd like to just sort of say one more thing. I go to the hospitals quite a lot, okay, and I picked up, I just want to read a sentence out. This is from the Fincham Group News, and it's about the bottle bank, which I think is important. Please just let me finish. The bottle bank collection unit in the Hall car park at Fincham is organised by Fincham Parish Council, who generously make a donation to the Memorial Hall each time it is emptied. So please keep filling out with your jam jars, etc., etc. Now, they say they're going to take all the bottle banks away from the villages and towns. Well, this money does
Peter,
help.
can I interrupt you? This is currently under discussion at the West Suffolk District Council. There is no hard and fast decisions yet been taken. And until they are, all we are doing is throwing sticks over a high wall and wondering where they're going to land. So we need to move on. Thank you. Number 6. Any urgent business? Nobody has contacted me prior to the meeting, 48 hours prior to the meeting, so there is no urgent business.
Can I just...
I am not going back to it, Peter.
No, I just want to say something, and I think it's urgent.
Did you contact me 48 hours before the meeting?
No, because
No, well, we are sticking to standing orders then. I am sorry, we are moving on.
Well, I think it's important.
Well, if you thought it that important, you would have contacted me or the office 48 hours before the meeting. That is what it states in standing orders,
I know.
and that is what we're going to
But I
do.
mean,
I
you
am
decide.
sorry, Peter. Any other business, which for a typo was missed off of the agenda, so we have written that back in, and I hope you will allow me that. Councillor Watts wanted to say something, and she has already been in touch with me over that, so
That was about the events committee.
yes.
Yes. Yes, I wanted to find out, because there's just me and Councillor Hughes as councillors on the events committee, because we've got Christmas planning and we've got the E-Day celebration, which is the 80th anniversary next year. We wanted to know if, because there's been a few new councillors on the council here, if anyone else would like to please join the events committee. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Anyone else? Somebody with plenty of time on their hands and a good eye for... He's not going to volunteer.
Wayne's
No,
busy.
that's fine. No, we've
It's
got,
at work.
So is that okay with
Yeah,
you?
no, that's brilliant.
Lovely.
Thank
Is
you.
that okay with everybody else around the table?
Yes.
I'm sure it is. Lovely. Thank you very
Thank
much. Item number 7, to receive a written report from the town clerk. I'm sure you will have all read it in your packs, so we can take it that that has been received.
Can I just say, Chair, the Nine Stars Walk was a very good operation this year. I enjoyed it immensely.
Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, I think the town keepers need probably a little accolade there, because
I
they
did write to
go-
the clerk and express my...
yeah,
But I think in the wider sense, we should celebrate that kind of event.
yes, yeah. I didn't go because the day before, or a few days before, I messed my left foot up.
We
and I
noticed,
couldn't-
yeah.
While we're talking about the report, we hosted, the Royal British Legion hosted some of the free activities, and I think what the office arranged was absolutely amazing. It was really well done out, and it was throughout all of the events. It was so nice to see so many families and parents enjoying and being able to enjoy for free
Mhm.
an activity with their children.
Yeah, I totally agree. So
And it did amazing what was done.
the organiser and organising of that was wonderful, and it did do an awful lot of good for the young families of the town. Thank you. Agenda item number 8, public forum. Now, the public are limited to speaking about items on the agenda unless they contact me or the office prior to the meeting, which Mrs Annette Meadows has done, so I will let Annette Meadows go first, because I did agree to allow her to ask questions on, is it the new cemetery?
Yes, please, if I may.
Thank you. I will state that the chair of the new cemetery committee is not present, so it may be that we will just note your questions, and if you have them typed, if you could leave us a copy, and then we can get him to
You do
Answer.
have a copy, and Councillor Gary Brocklehurst does have a copy of it.
Brilliant, thank you. So if you'd like to ask your questions.
Yeah, what I've done was I emailed in, asked him, request if I could have information regarding the new cemetery land. We need a full report from financial costs, where the money has been spent, and why at this moment in time, the state of nothing happening. This has been going on too many years. Lots of meetings have taken place with residents around the town. There's been offered help in the past for access to money, and this has not been taken up. What is the future of this land? Question mark. Is the rumours true? Question mark. And that's referring to looking at other pieces of land instead of what's been allocated. And is it right that the planning has run out of time? And is it right that the land, if given back, will be given back free of charge, and we lose all the money that has been spent on it? We need a full report and honesty to the people of this town. It's been requested no end of times what's happening there, and we've had the same thing again and again. Well, we need now to know the full extent exactly of what is going on. Thank you.
Lovely, thank you. Your question number 2, just remind me.
Number 2 was about, is this the new cemetery or the other one?
The new cemetery, what you've just read out.
Right. What is the future of the land? And is the rumours true that you've been looking at other pieces of land in its place? And
Right,
is it-
I'll answer that one here and now if I may. The rumours are untrue, we are not looking at other land.
Right.
And at this stage, we do not know what the future of that land will be because of costings, which we are currently working on. But I will, if Gary's got that, he will give you a full written report and it will come out to the rest of everybody that wants it. Number 3 on your list, what was that?
Is it right that the planning has run out of time?
Yes,
So what happens now? Do you reapply?
we
again?
reapply for planning and that's probably going to be the next move. And number 4,
Hold on a minute, because your planning has been running out lots of times. It's about time that now you need to really get on with it and stop all what's going on. Because it is continually running out.
we fully agree with that, yeah. And your item number 4.
And is it right that if the land is given back to the person who actually owned it before, if it's given back free of charge and we lose all the money that has been spent on that land?
No, that is not true. If you look at compulsory purchase, which is what it was bought under, we would, if we were going to sell it, we would have to offer it back to the people we bought it for initially, but it would be valued at current market value. If they didn't want it, then it would go to the open market, but that's only if we choose to sell it. It is a council asset, and if it can't be used as a cemetery, it could be used as another asset or some other purpose for us. Don't go speculating that it's going to have loads of houses on it, because they would have the same problems of floodplain and archaeology that anything else has. And if we can't afford to build the cemetery, we certainly can't afford to build houses. But does that answer your question?
Some way too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But Councillor Brocklehurst will go with the rest of what those were the 3 I picked out that I could answer here and now.
Okay. The other thing was that I did email through to you was that you have been down the west side of the town and you did report on the bank being cut there at the new cemetery and also the state of St Peter's Approach.
Yeah, I have raised both with Suffolk Highways. Under normal circumstances, I would go down there with my brush cutter and cut it down myself. But that is a dangerous corner, and I am not attempting to do it.
Okay.
So it is with Suffolk Highways,
and you
and
will be
I'm pretty
continuing-
certain Councillor Mechanic would have brought it up with them as well.
Okay, and you will continue to do so.
But yeah,
Okay.
but we put in a request, and it goes to them, and they will either do it or not in their own good time. And I keep reminding people that Suffolk County Council has its wheels off as far as financing goes. So don't hold your breath.
Okay.
The answer for people going along there and coming up from the old Italian restaurant and turning across into your road is to go the other way or round, which makes it an easier turn. You're not cutting across people coming round that corner at 90 mile an hour, which some people seem to want to do.
Okay.
But there we are.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. I will move to our county councillor for his report, if I may.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In July meeting, Councillor Pennell requested some HGV figures, and we're still waiting for them. but I can assure Councillor Pennell that when Suffolk County Council comes forward with those figures, he will see them. The bridge, the oak banisters, the parapets, the approaches, call it what you like, are in an awful state. Suffolk County Council have been out. The work went out to tender, and I'm glad that we're all sitting comfortably because the price is £50,000 to repair those approaches. Well, they're not prepared to pay that sort of money, so they've got another scheme in the pipeline. I have no idea what it is, but I was staggered by it because, in my opinion, a competent carpenter and joiner, a couple of two or 3 weeks on that, he'd probably repair that and make that a fine job. But as I said, they will get back to me on that. It's regretful that we're going to have to look at 2 or 3 plastic barriers which are put onto the parapets there with tiebacks, and it's in a conservation area, so I will try and press them on that, and God knows how long that'll be, Mr. Chair. There is some good news. Highways have been out and patched up Colson Lane. They've done quite a few footpaths around the town. We've all seen it, and I will continue to badger them to come out and fix the roads. I'll continue, if I may, Chair, with my district report.
Yes, please do.
I've had the district council maintenance crew come out and done the footpath from Pond Lane to St Edmunds. I had them out to do that extensive privet hedge at Sweden Place. That's been done. I've also had them out with the road sweeper in Riverside Way, which is that's a central ward. They've done the hedges there, and they've swept up underneath those leylandis, but that is an ongoing problem with them. And that concludes my report from county and district, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Councillor Lucanik. Any questions for Councillor Lucanik? No? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Peter.
Yeah, Victor hasn't mentioned, which I wanted to mention, you haven't mentioned that the A11 is going to be closed for 3 nights from next Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday night. So from Sainsbury's roundabout to Elvedon for 3 nights next week. You haven't mentioned that. So all the traffic at night is going to come through Brandon.
Thank you, Peter, for that information. I would expect that Councillor Lucanik doesn't mention it because the closure is not in his ward.
Well,
And he
County
might well have
Elvedon-
been unaware of it.
Elvedon is in the area, isn't it? That's in Suffolk.
Thank you for that, Peter, but there's very little we can do about that.
No,
And it happens on a regular basis. As accidents happen left, right and centre on the A11, and we do get punished, but it's 3 nights, 3 night closures, not daytime closures. We just have to sit and suffer for those 3 nights. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I only brought it up to
Thank
the
you.
people
Thank
of
you.
Brandon.
District reports. Councillor Savage? Right, I have a little bit from district. I have recently had the privilege to attend RAF Mildenhall for the 80th anniversary of the Bloody 100, which are a bomber group, and it was quite an emotive affair, because they have put the nose art from a B-17 onto one of the Boeing tankers over there and had an inaugural ceremony for that, which was 80 years after the original Lady in the Moon, I think it is, nose art on the aeroplane. The original B-17 was on a bombing mission to a Messerschmitt factory from England, but was to fly further on and land in North Africa. But it was so badly damaged that they made it just to Switzerland and sat out the war. And the current commander there, Colonel Ryan Garlow, is actually related to a sergeant radio operator who was on that original B-17. And at the ceremony there was the producer from Masters of the Air on which this event was based. And it was followed by an 80th Gala Ball for the Bloody Hundreds, as they are known. And there's been various other things that I have attended and represented both Brandon and the West Suffolk District Council. That ends my report as district. I will now go to town councillors if we have, and I think Councillor Chalice has.
Hiya. I've been in touch with the council, district council, regarding the yellow box on London Road, Rattlers Road, Church Road junction, or rather the lack of sign, the yellow box.
Oh yeah,
It's
the
it's
box
not
junctions.
To, yeah, it's not to be seen. I've had notification back from them to say it is being done. Don't know when, but I do have notification that it's going to be done.
Lovely.
I've also been in touch with the post office, head office, because I've been getting quite a few complaints about the mail recently, and it's getting ridiculous. We're not getting mail for sometimes up to 7 days. To the extent that people are missing hospital appointments, urgent hospital appointments, and at a cost of £200 to the NHS per appointment, it's just not on.
No.
It has been escalated, and they have assured me that they are going to get back to me about it. It's been a week now. I'll give them another week, and then I'll be on the phone to them yet again.
Give them
Okay.
a bit, you know.
Yeah, because it is ridiculous. People are waiting. You're paying first class stamps, and you're not getting first class service.
Lovely.
It's not our postman's fault.
No, no,
Just to
no.
put that out there. They're lovely gentlemen. They really are.
They
And
are.
ladies. They work very, very hard, but it's just the sheer lack of staff.
Yeah.
And I had quite an interesting conversation with one of the postmen the other day, who's been sent over from another post office, and he tells me that he's actually a what do you call it, a supply. Basically, he's what do you call it? He's not contracted to them.
Oh right, yeah, like a
So-
supply teacher.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
And he said he would just be happy to have a contract. You know, if they're
Yeah.
paying, because when they're paying this kind of money to those extras, it's a waste of money,
It is.
as
it
you
is.
well know.
But thank you very much for
Okay.
taking it up on our
Yeah,
behalf.
okay, I will keep you all
I
updated.
will
on-
say that I have heard through the district that is a national problem.
Yeah.
It's not just here, it's
Recently,
national.
it's getting worse. It's
It
been
is.
going on for months and months and
Yeah.
months.
I mean, they're just going to pot. Anybody else from town council level? No?
I was going to mention about the Brandon and Bloom, but you'd already said it, so it's fine.
We can have another clap for them. Right, now, as I say, I will throw it open to the audience, but it must be on items on the agenda for tonight. Anybody would like to speak? No, thank you. Okay, we will move on then. As soon as I'm doing my presentation. To item number 9, correspondence. We have a letter from a resident to Royal Mail, which is regarding the post box at 14 High Street, the one outside the sorting office. I take it you will all have it in your packs and be able to read it, but basically he is saying you promised us that it will be back soon, and it's not. What's going on? And I think we could probably, Jackie, get a letter from Brandon Town Council to the same effect to the same people, because I'm sure everybody around this table would support that idea. Thank you. We have an email from Trading Standards really approval needed for installation of 4 no cold calling signs in Rowan Drive, Brandon, on the street lights. And basically we just need to give approval for that, do we?
Yeah, so that would that be.
Sorry?
I'm assuming you'd have to propose and second and have a vote.
Yeah, so I think it's a no-brainer that we have them, so I will propose it as an item. Do I have a second? Nikki, you were quick. Could we take a quick vote on that, please? Unanimous. Lovely. Thank you very much. We also have an email from Imogen Radford, who is the outdoor coldwater river swimmer, and a very nice lady too, and she runs Healing Waters group, and it's with permission to erect display boards, and that is down at the Staunch, isn't it? And they have already been in consultation with the Remembrance Playing Field Committee. I think there's a lot of it's got to be done quickly because her funding for these runs out in December, if you've all read the report. So what I would suggest is that through the office we get together with her and the Remembrance Playing Field and discuss it. But I think that in the meantime we can say yes in principle to the idea, because it will only enhance the area there.
We would be better off leaving it until the new, you picked it up in your response to her in one of the emails. Wait for a, if a new town council, town clerk is coming, because they are part of the B.
That's it,
FER
that's it,
as well.
and it's not that long to wait.
No.
But I think in principle around this table, I'd be surprised if anybody wasn't in favour of that. It can only enhance the area. So we'll leave that one as that. Thank you. Item number 10, to approve the payments for August 2024 on the accounts. Do I have a proposer?
Just a quick question. Is there a guarantee on the repair of the clock? Because it's not right.
No, we're in contact with them.
Yeah, we are in contact with them. Councillor Buchanan.
A question regarding the clock as well, Chairman. I see we're back using Smiths of Derby game. I thought we'd kick them into the long grass. These are the people who gave us an estimate for £8,000 for that to lift the weights in there, and it didn't really need that. So we went to Micklemire of Norwich. Micklemire of Norwich done some work on that this year. So why are we back with Smiths of Derby? Can anybody answer that?
Probably cost, but if you want to email the office.
When you say probably, is it, I mean, who made the decision to go back to Smiths of Derby when we were using Micklemire? I mean, that's a question of policy. That should have come before council, or at least that should have been brought to the chairman. Somebody made a decision to use Smiths of Derby. That decision should have been made, should have been put to us.
Okay, well, if you'd have asked for it to do with accounts, then we could have given you an answer when we were in the office.
Well, the thing is,
I will get back to you.
you know, I don't always like pestering you in the office because I get accused of harassment.
No.
What I'll do. Hang on. Let me finish. What normally, what I will do, if there's questions on the accounts, I will bring them to this full council meeting because that's where they should be discussed. That's why you have a statement and you bring it to full council, so you ask the questions at full council, and it's always been like that. Thank you, Chairman. I've made my point.
Lovely, thank you. So, do I have a proposer? Did I have a proposer? Councillor Pinnell, seconder. Councillor Bland, can we have a vote on payments for the accounts, please? Right. Any against? Any abstentions? One abstention. Thank you. Item number 11, to receive income and expenditure statement against budget for June and July 2024. They are in your packs, you have all seen them, so we will take it. Oh, Councillor Buchanan.
Thank you, Chairman. I think it's worth mentioning that West Suffolk Council has paid into our account £14,444 to upgrade the LED lights That's how I'm reading it through the statement. If you can confirm that is the case, Chairman?
I can confirm that is the case. That is part of the levelling up and decarbonisation fund, which is replacing our lights to LED and paying us retrospectively for the lights we had done past 2 years, isn't it? So the West Suffolk District Council does do something for us now. Councillor
Just a couple of quick questions in regard to the budget, really. On month 4, we should be about 33% through our budget, but there's a couple of items there that one's at 51% and the other one's at 72%. I just wondered if anybody's having a look at that to make sure we can keep on budget, that's all.
we will be looking at that, yes, definitely, and we will also be looking at next year's preset already to see if there are items that need increasing because of inflation and additional costs.
Sure, the one item is the water at the cemetery, which is 72%. I just wondered if perhaps we had a leak. That would imply that it's nearly double at this point.
As far as I know, there is no leak. I'm sure if there was, the town keepers would have highlighted that and got it fixed pretty quickly. But
and the other one
we note your point.
is superannuation is at 51%, and it should still only be 33%. I don't know how that would happen, but I'm only raising it to notify, really.
Yeah, okay. We will take it then that the income and expenditure statement against budget for June and July has been received. Right, we will move on to item number 12, which is grant application discussions to consider S137 grants for SARS, Brandon Town Community Football Club and Brandon Happy to Sing Choir. And we have those in our packs somewhere, don't we? So we will start with SARS, which is Suffolk Accident Rescue Service. Who are, as you can see, SARS is a charity that exists to help preserve life and reduce the chances of patients suffering from permanent disability before they reach hospital. We achieve this by providing voluntary local clinicians who can reach incidents quickly and have additional skills and carry equipment and drugs, which are not found on frontline ambulances. This enables SARS responders to undertake advanced procedures at an instant scene, which would not normally be possible outside of a hospital environment. These can truly be life-saving interventions, as well as having a positive impact on reducing the chances of patients suffering permanent disability and providing relief from pain. This service is provided at no cost to the patient, and SARS clinicians are locally based and volunteer in their spare time. They are asking for 500 quid. And
Chair, if I may.
Councillor.
First question is, how much money do we have left in the 137 grant?
8,400 and a few odd pennies.
Spend about 1,500.
Now, I thought we dealt with this earlier on in the year.
No, we deferred it.
We deferred it.
Because the gentleman wasn't here, if I remember correctly.
Right.
That's correct.
I apologise, I had diarrhea sickness.
Yeah.
It's a good way to lose weight. Don't recommend it.
I'm glad he didn't come.
As you're there, at the chair's discretion, I will allow you to give a little bit further information on this and make a pitch if you'd like.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thanks for inviting us here and thanks for considering us for a grant. I'm Steve Murray, paramedic with the ambulance service for 32 years. My history is I had 4 years on Anglia One, East Anglian Air Ambulance. When it was my time to come off, I went to another charity, and the charity was SARS. The difference between those two charities for me is that when I worked on the air ambulance, I was paid a wage by the ambulance service. For SARS, I get nothing. So I do everything I do free of charge. A couple of figures for you, just to sort of let you know what Brandon are receiving. So since April 23, I've attended here 46 times for emergencies completely free of charge in my time. And they range from road traffic collisions to actually 3 weeks ago delivering a baby just up the road. So we're very diverse. We don't like the name Suffolk Accident Rescue Service anymore. We call ourselves SARS Emergency Medical Charity. But you're just don't do road accidents. 52 years ago when we were formed, that's what we did. A few doctors attended road accidents to help those trapped in cars. We've totally evolved now, and we deal with everything from road accidents to delivering babies 3 weeks ago in your town. So sadly that car that comes flying through quite regularly is me, but I'm doing it for your community. And unfortunately everything we do is by charitable donations. We get nothing from the NHS, we get nothing from the ambulance service, we get nothing from anybody, and unfortunately if our money dries up, we park up. It's as simple as that. What we don't have is a very Gucci advert, which is a helicopter coming out of the sky, and quite often the work is done before the air ambulance turns up, and we work very well with our air ambulances. So really describe us, are we the air ambulance? Yeah, we are. We just don't want to ground the Gucci cars. We just don't have pretty coloured helicopters that we come down to. They have that very luxury signature. Unfortunately, we turn up in cars and people don't spot us. So if you consider us, would be much appreciated, because we have to replace all the equipment, including the maternity pack for delivering a baby. As a solo responder, that's what I do from my home address, which is Mildenhall. To set me up and set up a solo is £56,000 per solo. We have 24 solos, and we would like to bring more on, but unfortunately 56,000 per solo, that takes a big chunk of money. So if you've got any questions, I'll answer them. If not, I'll sit down and shut up. Yes.
If I may, Chairman.
Councillor.
You've got quite a healthy bank account there, because you've given us the figures, you know, but you're only requesting £500. I mean, is that enough to make a difference, the £500?
Every penny makes a difference. Every penny that someone, child puts his pocket money in our pot, it makes a difference. Every penny that we get makes a difference.
And the other question is, have we given before or not? This is a first time.
I don't think we received from you before.
No, we haven't given to side before.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councillor. Who else put their hand up this side of the table, or were you just moving? Was it you, Jules? No.
No.
Councillor Ridgewell.
I noticed it's virtually the project is for £250,000. The 500 that you've asked for is really a spit in the ocean, isn't
It
it?
is. But we don't want to come in too greedy. I'd love to ask you if you're £8 grand. If you've got £8 spare, I'll take it. Thank you very much. But we're not greedy. Well, if I come here being greedy, you'll knock me back. If we come here with cap in hand, taking whatever you'll give us, and if you want to give us more than 500, we'd love to take it from you.
So what is that basically? What it says here, what is the total cost of the project? So what is the project?
So the project is to keep SARS on the road, keep doctors and paramedics on the road, dealing with members of the public free of charge. No cost to you. You dial 999, I turn up. Costs you nothing, costs the ambulance service nothing.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I get
Thank you.
services.
Hopefully.
I do.
Thank you very much. Me and then you.
Go on then.
I propose that we do not give you 500, but that we give you 1,000.
We will take that cap in hand.
Councillor Buchanan.
Well, I was going to propose what he's asking for. I was going to propose the 500, but
Well, will you second 1,000?
I'll second it.
Thank you very much. Can we take a vote on that? Unanimous.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm going to shoot because I've got no signal sitting here. I'm worried I'm going to miss an emergency call.
That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time, and I hope you never see me, but if you do, I'll do my best for you.
And I will say, do please contact me at some point, because what I will try to do is arrange something like a charity bike ride that could raise money for you.
Awesome.
I'm sorry, whoever it is sat right.
Chair.
Right, sorry, the public forum is over.
I just wanted to ask if I could donate from the company to SARS.
Go to the website.
Yep,
Website?
yep, please do, yeah. Lovely. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving swiftly on to Brandon Town Community Youth Football Team.
Football club. Community football club. CFC.
It's a football club, actually.
I've got Clun.
Club, yeah.
Councillor
Mechanic, would you like to present this?
Well, I'll just move it. I'll move the motion, certainly, Chairman. This
Can't hear you.
the Community Football Club, they have not received any funds from us previously. They do an awful lot of work down there. They've got over 12 teams down there, mixed boys and girls, and I personally agreed to giving them the £500, and I might be jumping the gun a bit here, but as the Brandon Happy to Sing Choir, they're asking for £500, so that'd give it a bit of equilibrium there. But I'll propose a £500 for the Community Football Club chair.
I will second that.
Can I just weigh in? Because obviously with the Brandon Women's playing field going down there a lot, the youth team has taken on a huge payment plan to help the whole of the pitches. Without them, none of the work would be being done down there. And they're one of the few people on the playing field area that really do fundraise. We've hosted an event for them at the Legion. The work they're doing is amazing. They raised, I think, something like £300 down with us at a bingo. They're really trying hard to raise the money, and those fields benefit every single child in this town in some way or another.
I will second Councillor Cannick's proposal of £500. Can we go to a vote? Unanimous. Thank you very much. Last but not least, I think it is last, isn't it? Jackie? Yeah, it's Brandon Happy to Sing Choir. Would anybody like to present that?
Lady at the back.
Yes, you kindly helped us 2 years ago when we first started the choir, and we had no funds. Since then, the choir has grown. Each member's been purchased their own T-shirts. We have quite a lot of things that we take part in, and it's gone from strength to strength. However, we do struggle, particularly when we go out and sing. We've sung at Brandon Park Nursing Home, at the daycare centre, at Heathcote House. We've sung several times at the Friendly Bench and to support Brandon in Bloom and such like. And the problem is that we would like to have sung at the Brandon Festival. We were invited to do so, but without the sound equipment, it's a very difficult thing. You will see that we have got some money in the bank. However, that's earmarked. We're currently trying to recruit a new leader. Obviously, we have expenses with regard to music and such like, and hall hire. Each member pays to come to a meeting, and we're introducing a new membership scheme starting in September to try and put it onto a secure footing. But it would help us enormously if we could have £500 towards the cost of the sound equipment, which means that we can do more in the community. So, for instance, you know, we've sung at the Christmas fair, but it's very difficult to actually do that in the open air without any sound equipment. And I know that we can borrow it, but we feel that we ought to be self-supporting.
Lovely. Thank you. Councillor Lucanich.
So basically, it's for a PA system and a couple of microphones.
Well, it's a bit more than that. It's so that we can have, you know, a proper setup with speakers and such like. Yeah, it's not just but I suppose it is a PA system, but it's not just a couple of microphones. It will enable us to present the music in a more professional manner.
£500 will cover your costs, will they?
No,
Oh.
we have to raise another £400 for that. It'll go part way.
Yeah,
Yes, we've got it.
We did actually
Yeah.
send you a quote.
Yes, we did.
Sorry. I'm not hearing.
Sorry, we did send you a quote.
Yes, it's £900
Yeah,
in total.
yes.
Yeah.
Not 900.
If I may, Chair,
£990.
I'll propose to pay them £500.
500.
Oh, that's my proposal.
I second it. Oh, Paul Gorringe is seconding it. Can we go to a vote? Unanimous. You have
Thank you
your
very
500
much.
quid.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right, where are we?
13.
13. To note the minutes of the Planning Committee of the 5th of August and the 2nd of September meetings. They are all in your pack, and I take it you have read them, so I will take it that we note them. Unfortunately, members of the ladies of the audience and public, we move to Resolution 14, which is a resolution to exclude the public and press. That pursuant to the Public Bodies Admission to Meetings Act, 1960, the public and press are be excluded from the meeting temporarily due to the confidential nature of the business to be discussed concerning quotes, land, staff and contracts. Do I have a proposer? Councillor Mechanic. I have a seconder, Nicky Siebert. A vote please. Thank you everybody for coming. It was a great pleasure to see you. Hope to see you next month.
Stop it.
That was good, wasn't it?
You're leaving?
No, I'm going. Oh, fair enough.
Ladies first. No one first. Second. What's anyone?
He came in Torpedo Clark, didn't he? He was putting his hand up to offer money to the guy and I didn't recognise who it was.
No, we didn't have. I don't think last time we saw him at the cemetery meeting, he didn't have a.
No. Oh well. Do turn the live stream off, Jackie, because we are moving into the confidential.